Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Monday, July 6th. So this morning we're going to do a warrior flow. If you have some blocks, definitely use those as we go through the three warriors, Virabhadasana 1, Virabhadasana 2, and Virabhadasana 3. So let's go ahead and come to our mat. We're just going to start with a little warm up. And we'll take the feet just a little bit wider than the hips. Get grounded down into the feet. Gentle flow. Moving the hips back and around in a circular motion. How are we doing today? Sun shining out here on the deck. Hear the birds chirping. It's going to be a beautiful day. Let's go the other direction. Soften the shoulders. Taking a few minutes to get tuned in. I hear like the trucks coming by. And we'll sway side to side, pushing out. We might squeeze down into the obliques as we do that, beginning to get a little deeper into the body. Just getting a nice little warm up in there to start. How was your 4th of July weekend? A little barbecue action, time with the fam. Good. And coming back to the center, let's just reach one arm up. And just a little lateral flexion side to side. Noticing our breath. Just getting some energy, some flow into the joints. One more. Nice. Coming back to the center. Soften the knees and we'll just move through a few little twists side to side. Noticing the back. Noticing the breath. Keeping those knees bent, booty back. Tuning into our power today. This beautiful, beautiful summer day. Keeping in mind what we think about, we bring about. Keep it positive as we move through our practice this morning, or whenever you're doing this practice. Maybe you just tuned in at midnight. That's good too. Enjoy the sun. Nice. And coming back to the center. Let's walk those feet in. And we're just going to take that left leg up and around. Take the hands to the hips. Keep the crown of the head moving up towards the sky. A little warm up. Other direction. Woo. Yes, that was the table. One more. Good. And bring it down. I'm going to roll my ankle out on the way. And switch sides. Take the booty back. Up and around. Other direction. Feels good to be up and moving. Tuning in. Prepping our body, mind, and spirit for a great day. Roll the ankle out on the way down. Nice. Good. And let's go ahead and come up to the top of the mat. Wherever those blocks are today, might be here, here, wherever we can come down into that forward fold and feel really successful. Or we might not have to use the blocks at all. Your option. I'll show you a few options as we go. So starting up at the top of our mat, circle sweeping up. Exhaling, mountain pose. Thigh bones are back. Accentuating the curve in the low back. Reaching those arms out. Hopefully you're facing east in your house or on your deck. Taking in all that beautiful sunlight. Shifting the weight to the inside of the feet, lifting the kneecaps, taking the thigh bones back. Accentuating the curve in the low back as we flow those arms from mountain to extended mountain. Hold at the top. Let's roll the shoulders back, lift the armpits to the sky, lifting the elbows. Breathing down into the belly. And drawing the hands to the heart. Open the arms out to the sides and in, side to side. The lower part of the body is still very active. We're tuning into the whole body. Then coming back to the center, circle sweeping up. Swan diving down and up. So we'll soften the knees, take the booty back, sweep it down. Knees are still bent up, so we have that nice flat, lengthened spine. Up and down. So let's hold at the bottom. Bring that belly right down. So we're going to press the seat bones back and up towards the sky. Belly is heavy. And let the head be heavy here. Shake it. Yes. Oh, relax the shoulders all the way down. Press those elbows down. Keep shaking the head out. Inhaling monkey. So here we can grab those blocks. We lift the seat bones towards the sky. Lift the kneecaps up. Taking the thigh bones back. Let the belly be heavy. Lifting up and out of the wrists. So I want my wrists right underneath my shoulders. That's where yours should be too. Nice, drawing the chin towards the throat and lengthening through the spine. Hollow up the belly button towards the spine so we contract those abdominal muscles, lift the low back, and hinge into forward fold. And if you're dealing with high or low blood pressure today, keep the head above the heart. Softening the knees, we'll take a right lunge back. Good. And we're going to step that back foot in slightly. So we just lift and lower. Lift and lower. Loading up the front quad. Feels good. A couple more. Hold the lift, bring the foot down, turn the heel in slightly so the toes move out to about 130 if we were on a clock. Lengthen forward through the body and lift up. Warrior one. If it's an option for you, bring the hands together at the top, rolling the shoulders back, lifting the armpits towards the sky, lifting the elbows. Nice. Exhaling, hinging from the hips, so we take that booty back. Nice. Walk the hands down, stepping back to downward facing dog. Lifting the elbows, the armpits. Taking those thigh bones back, 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 and lifting the seat bones. Strong, deep breaths. Inhaling plank. Exhaling, shift the weight forward, stacking the joints, low plank. Up dog. Lengthening the ASIS towards the mat. Lifting the chin, lifting out of the elbows, the armpits. Neutral spine. Down dog. Very nice. Extending that right foot to the sky. A little half scorpion here. Point the toes, open up the hip, looking under that right shoulder. Pressing back. Lengthening up to the sky, coming up on the left toes, three-legged cat in, arching up, stepping through, lunge. Stepping up, forward fold. Inhaling monkey, so using those blocks or hands just down. Taking the thigh bones back, lead with the belly. Lift out of the shoulders, circle sweeping up. Flowing chairs. Inhaling on the way up, a little Ujjayi breath this morning. Inhaling up, exhaling, lifting the pelvic floor. Hold this chair pose, shifting the weight to the inside of the feet. Puff out the kidneys. Draw the hands down. Standing cat-cow. Exhaling and inhaling. Continuing to flow, keep that seat down low, hugging the belly in and up, weight shifted to the inside of the feet, breathing. Neutral spine, circle sweeping up. Exhaling, swan diving down and up, soft knees, booty goes back. Move that plant up. Noticing how our body feels today, especially if we ate bad this weekend. Or food, not really bad, but food that just didn't give us enough energy. Nice, holding that forward fold. Bring the hands down. Monkey pose, pressing back. Lifting the seat bones, lifting up and out of the wrists, the elbows, the armpits. Lengthening the heart center forward and drawing the chin to the throat. Shifting the weight to the inside of the feet, lifting the pinky toes. And press those heels out towards the edges of the mat. Deep breaths. Hollowing up the belly. Lifting the low back. Hinging into forward fold. Softening the knees. We'll take that left lunge back. Lift the hips. We're going to lift that back foot up and back. Up and back. Hold that lift and walk that foot in slightly. We'll turn the toes out to about 10:30, 11 o'clock and roll up warrior one. Reach it up. Bring those hands together at the top. Drop the rib cage back. Open up the armpits to the sky. Breathing. Squeeze the hands all the way out. Taking the booty back. Hinge. Reaching down. Opening the hands, stepping back to downward facing dog. Lifting out of the elbows, the armpits. Hands are open wide, taking those thigh bones back, seat bones up. Scapula out to the side. And breathing. Inhaling plank. Shifting the weight forward, shoulders over the tips of the fingers, low plank, up dog. Feels good. Neutral spine, pressing the tops of the feet in, down dog. Taking the thigh bones back, lifting the seat bones, lifting the armpits. Extending that left foot up to the sky, looking under the left shoulder. Here's that half scorpion, bend the knee. Oh, taking that right thigh bone back. Back up to the sky. Coming up on the right toes, three-legged cat. Step through. Stepping up, forward fold. Inhaling monkey. Again, we might use our blocks. Thigh bones back, lift the seat bones coming right up and out. Flowing chairs. Connecting the movement of the body to the flow of the breath. Hold, drawing those hands down. Let's make sure that we shift the weight to the inside of the feet. Standing cat and cow. Really pull those abs in and up. We can let this be an abdominal workout this morning. Gosh, it's so nice out here today. Inhaling, exhaling. You feel like you need to move through these a little bit slower, that's fine too. Celebrating our bodies today, our strength, the warrior poses. So let's hold that cat pose. Lift the upper back up towards the sky. Draw the chin towards the throat. Shift the weight to the inside of the feet. Lift the pinky toes. Notice the inner thighs engage. Coming back to a neutral spine. Circle sweeping up. Exhaling to the heart. Inhaling up. So think about as we exhale, we're pulling that energy down, and at the same time, we're lifting that pelvic floor and meeting at the heart. And holding, opening to mountain pose. Let's just move through a few more lateral flexions. We might be opening up a little bit more. We might be rolling that shoulder back and opening up deeper into the side body. Tuning into our whole body. Anything we were thinking about before class, remember it'll be there after class. We might choose to look at it differently though. As we open our body, open our hearts, open our breath. Then coming back to the center, top of the mat, circle sweeping up. Exhale, forward fold. Let's do a few half folds. Take it down, take it up. So we're just hinging from the booty. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Keep lifting those kneecaps, active inner thighs. One more time. Inhaling monkey. Thigh bones back. Lift the pinky toes. Lift the low back, hinge from the hip. Just seat those hips back a little bit farther. Soften the knees, take a right lunge back. Turn the toes out, heel in. So if we look down, those heels are kind of in alignment, depending on how wide your hips are and your flexibility. That foot could be wider. So listen to your body. We'll gently roll up to warrior two. I'm going to have my back to you for just a few minutes. Looking forward. Make sure that we can look down and see that big toe. Then we'll come down to a side angle. We bring that forearm down, reach over, roll the shoulder back, and reach over. So we're lengthening out. Lifting the armpit to the sky. We might look down. Just reaching up to the sky. Reaching up, back to warrior two. Take the booty back. Reverse warrior up. Roll the shoulder back. Feel all that space opening. Warrior two. Booty back. Lunge it forward so we hinge from the hip. Lift the kneecap. Lift the quadricep. Come down just below the knee. Again, we might have that block there. Opening for triangle. Again, the booty's back, shoulders back, natural curve in the low back. Breathing. And coming back down, softening that front knee. And we'll turn back for lunge. Step back, down dog. Again, those thigh bones move back. We're lifting up out of the elbows, the armpits. Thigh bones back, seat bones lifted. Strong breaths, full exhalations. Inhaling plank. Shifting the weight forward, low plank. Up dog. Tops of the feet down, ASIS towards the mat, lifting out of the elbows, the armpits. Neutral spine. Down dog. Thigh bones back, lift the armpits. Just extending that right foot to the sky. Stepping through three-legged cat. Lunge. And then we're going to roll it up. Lunge. Then stepping up. Mountain pose, circle sweeping up. Flowing chairs. Front shoulder raise. Good. As we come up this time, let's bring that right foot up. Cross it over for a balanced chair. Take the seat bones back, shoulders back and down. Lifting the elbows towards the sky, lifting the armpits. Breathing. Draw the hands to the heart. Puff out the kidneys, sink it a little bit lower. Circle sweeping up. And down. Circle sweeping up. Exhaling into those half folds. Take the booty back, lift the seat bones towards the sky, up. Hold, half fold. Shifting the weight to the inside of the feet. Nice. Let's hold it right here and we'll move right into monkey again if you need your blocks. Fingertips, wherever we're at today, take those thigh bones back. Bring the chest forward, lead with the belly. Feels good. Following up the belly, lift the low back, hinge into forward fold. Ah, shake the head, yes. Release the tension in the shoulders. Shifting the weight to the inside of the feet, lift the pinky toes here. Softening the knees, we'll take a left lunge back. Turn the heel in. And we might just check the heel alignment front and back. Shift the weight forward. We're going to lift out of that front leg up, warrior two. Looking forward. The booty's back, shoulders back, natural curve. Strong arms. So come down into that side angle. Reach it over. Take the booty back. Open up the armpit to the sky. We might look up. We might look down. We might look all around. Sounds like I'm reading a kid's book this morning. I did a few of those this weekend. That was good. Nice deep breaths, noticing the inner thigh. Getting nice and warm out here already. Reaching up, lifting up and out, warrior two. And reverse. So remember the booty's back. Reach down, reach up. Opening that side body to the sun. Nice, warrior two. Lift. So we're going to bring that kneecap up, flex it. Hinge. Come down just below the knee and up. Take the thigh bones back, roll the shoulder back. Modified Trikonasana, triangle pose. It's easy breathing. It's a beautiful breeze this morning. My maple tree is fully grown out. Great shade in the summer evening, afternoon. So we'll bring that upper hand down, soften the front knee, and bring it down. Open the hand, stepping back to downward facing dog. Taking those thigh bones back, lift the elbows, lift the armpits. Inhaling plank. Shifting the weight forward, low plank. Elbows tuck into the sides, upward facing dog. Neutral spine. Lift the hips. Press back to down dog. Extend that left foot to the sky. Three-legged cat. We come up on the toes. Begin to shift the weight forward. Arch the belly up. And step through. Lunge. Roll it up. And step up. Flowing chairs. Front shoulder raise. Sitting back with that booty. Inhaling up, bring that left leg up. I know it looks like the right to you. Cross over and sit back. Just the opposite. Front shoulder raise. Hug those arm bones towards each other. Lift the elbows and the thumbs towards the sky. Lifting the armpits, drawing the chin towards the throat. Focusing on a non-moving point in front. Breathe. Tapping into our internal strength. Circle sweeping up. And down. Circle sweeping up. Exhaling to the heart. Again, we pull that energy from the sky and the earth together right in front of the heart with our breath. We might just visualize that in our mind. Energy down and up. And holding at the heart. Okay. So we are going to do Warrior 3 today. I'm going to show you some modifications that you can use on the wall. So I'm going to clear a little space here. Maybe like right here. So we're going to move about, if we can reach back and touch the wall, that's a good space, I think. Depends on how long your legs are. So we'll move out, we might move out a little bit farther. We're going to come into a little swan dive here, just bend the knees and come down, fingertips down. And we'll take one foot back on the wall and press out. Let's start by bringing the fingertips underneath the shoulders. Make sure that the toes that are on the wall are pointing down, so our hips not opened up to the sky, but that the pelvis is level. And we'll push back. Deep breaths here. So we're really lengthening back through the grounded leg, the foot that's down. And we should just barely be able to push into the wall and back. We're working on flexing that foot. Breathing. And coming down. We'll stay right there, but do the other side. So we bend the left knee or right knee, whichever one we're taking back, and extend. When we look back at the wall, we can see that the toes are pointing down. We lead with the belly. And take the thigh bone back of the grounded leg. Easy on the fingertips. Might do fist for wrist. That feels pretty good this morning too. And coming down. So let's make sure that we're far enough off the wall that we can actually take that foot off the wall. So we might just walk forward slightly. Fist for wrist down, fingertips. Again, we can have those blocks. I find this actually a little more challenging with the blocks. And we'll just press back through that left thigh bone and extend the right foot back. So we're reaching back for the wall. We're bringing the chest forward, lifting out of the elbows, the armpits. And then we'll pull that foot off the wall. If we look down, we can see the toes are pointing towards the floor. We're hugging the upper inner thighs, leading with the belly here. We're getting some nice work out around the grounded hip. Breathing. Lead with the belly. We might have a tendency to want to arch that back up. We need to let the belly come down, lengthening through the back leg. And gently come down. We'll bend the other knee, press out into that right hip, extend, toes towards the wall, reach it back. Think about the toes turning down, hugging the upper inner thighs, lifting the elbows, the armpits. And breathing. Feels good today, strong. And gently coming down. Hinge into forward fold. So we take those thigh bones back. Let the head be relaxed. Inhaling monkey, taking thigh bones back, lifting the seat bones. Circle sweeping up. And down. So we moved into those half folds at first. So they were down. Again, we can grab those blocks. We might have them up high, depending on where we're at today. So let's go ahead and start by softening that right knee. And we'll press back through the left hip. We're going to hinge forward, lead with the belly, reach down to the blocks, and extend the leg back. So toes are turned down. We're hugging the upper inner thighs. We lead with the belly. Find the perfect spot there. Lift that back leg, squeeze the upper inner thighs, pressing out into that hip. Step back lunge. Release the blocks. Down dog. Taking those thigh bones back, lifting up out of the elbows, the armpits, lifting the seat bones. So this pose should be very relaxing. It should feel very good. No stress or strain on the wrists. We're lifting those seat bones back and up. Inhaling plank. Low plank. Up dog. Neutral spine. Down dog. Extend that right foot to the sky. Three-legged cat stepping through. Here's that arch. Up. And stepping up, forward fold. Let's cross the hands, reach behind the ankles, and gently glide our way down. Shifting the weight to the inside of the feet, lifting the pinky toes. Inhaling monkey. Circle sweeping up. Exhaling chair. Seat bones back, pop it up. Right up on the toes. Tucking the heels into the calves. And circle sweeping up. Exhale, half fold. Softening that left leg. Extending. Here's that warrior three-leg position. Lengthening, so we lead with the belly. We take that bend out of the low back. Make sure the toes are turned down and we're hugging those upper inner thighs. Breathing. Lunge it back. Set the blocks off to the side. Downward facing dog. So each time we come to down dog, it should get easier. Breathing. Inhaling plank. Low plank. Up dog. Neutral spine. Down dog. Extending that left foot to the sky. There's that three-legged cat. And stepping up. Forward fold. Here's the cross. The hinge. Inhaling monkey. Circle sweeping up and out of the hips. Chair pose, booty back. Pop it up. Lifting the elbows, lifting the armpits. Drawing those heels right into the backs of the calves. Booty back. And circle sweeping up. Exhaling to the heart. Here's that energy meeting at the heart. Coming back to the center. Good. So let's go ahead and we're going to stretch it out. I might lower this down just a little bit. See how it goes. How are we doing today? I don't know if this is getting kind of hot there or what. Trying to find that perfect space for us today. Some days we have to move around to negotiate life. That looks pretty good. Good enough. Come up here in the shade a little closer. Actually, it's getting pretty sunny out here. We know how it is in Lewiston. So let's open up those hips a little bit. Hopefully you can see me on the There we go. Beta, mo beta, loretta. Good. So let's take one leg under, one leg over. If you can wind this together, even better. Your twist might look like this, which is great. Wherever you're at today, remember it's not a competition. It's where we're at today. Find that perfect space. Really open up the hips. We should have both seat bones down. And wherever we're at, we're going to turn in the opposite direction of that upper leg. Reach back, lift. Play with this a little bit. Feeling good. And we're hugging those upper inner thighs wherever we're at. You might want to give it a little hinge forward. Bring the palms together, roll the back shoulder back, and draw the hands to the heart. And gently release. And we'll switch sides. Again, we might be here, looks like this. Or wrapped up a little tighter. Flip that music down just a titch since we're right up there by it. Listen to the birds. They are out in full force. Roll the shoulder back, reach it over. Here's the lift, and we'll go over the shoulder. Oh, water. Voda. So I spent my weekend looking for akabakas, snails. Oh. Again, we might hinge forward, bring the hands together, roll the back shoulder back, and the hands to the heart, looking over the shoulder. And gently releasing. Coming back to the center. And we'll do a little butterfly. If you have those blocks and you're challenged by getting those legs down, we can just work on support today. Walk the seat bones back and sit up nice and tall. So sometimes it just feels good to be supported. We don't always have to go, head first. Sometimes we have days where we just need support. Listen to your body. One of the big focuses of yoga. Honor yourself. Continue to move forward, pressing up against those boundaries or borders, sometimes self-inflicted. A lot of times we can work through those, even if it's just by setting the intention to move forward. A little butterfly. Think about opening those wings a little bit more and pressing the knees down. So we're not using the hands to press down, we're using those muscles. I know you got them. Think about bringing the heart center forward, leading with the belly, taking the elbows back and hinging from the hips. Letting the head be heavy. Breathing into the belly. And gently releasing all the way up. Okay, let's take the feet wide. Try to take this here. Walk the seat bones back. Oh, feels good. The hips are popping. So again, we might grab our block. Toes are pointed up towards the sky. Depending on our flexibility, we could stack the blocks. We could bring just the forearms down. We can lift up and bring the belly forward. So this might be as far as we get today. Depending on your flexibility, this all feels good. Notice how it feels. From this position, we can work on pressing those seat bones back and bringing that belly farther forward. So we're setting our intention depending on our flexibility. We're pushing up against those boundaries. We're creating new space for new ideas, new thoughts, new programming for the body. We don't have to be all stiff. When we set an intention, we can move freely into that space, one breath at a time. If you're a little bit more flexible, we might open up the blocks. We might reach them forward. We're still lifting and leading with the belly. Drawing the chin towards the throat, taking those seat bones back and up towards the sky. Breathing. You can hear the cows, birds, chickens. And it sounds like somebody pounding fence posts. And gently coming up. Very nice. Good. So let's go ahead and take it back down onto our back. Oh, excellent. And we'll just take those knees side to side. Just a little massaging motion. Live from the deck this morning. And back to the center. And we'll stretch it all the way out for a little Shavasana. All the way back and relaxing. So I have a little reading for you this morning. And it is from If the Buddha Got Stuck, a handbook for change on a spiritual path. I think I read some of this last week. And this is chapter 24. So it's a little bit long. That's why we're going to have a little bit longer Shavasana. Hopefully I'll get through it in 10 minutes. Come into reality so something new can happen. I must be capable of looking at you, not through barriers, screens of my prejudices and conditioning. I must be in common with you, which means I must love you. That's Krishnamurti, The Book of Life. Seeing clearly in reality helps us make wise choices. We're right here in present time, seeing people and situations as they are without superimposing past images, expectations, or interpretations. Reality includes seeing a situation from many sides so you can make reasoned decisions based on the whole picture, not just a fragment of reality. It's like walking out of a very limited, murky space into a clear, sunny day and looking in all directions. Building on all that has come before, an awareness of our stuck places, an ability to deeply attune to ourselves and the world around us, showing up as we are. We become better able to shed our illusions, images, and expectations, and stand right here in the present time. To live in reality is to take the fear out of our hearts, the blindness off our eyes, the censors out of our minds, and the mufflers off our ears, and see the whole picture of life with its many shades and colors, from beauty, joy, and love, to suffering, pain, and cruelty. If it's there, it's the what is of life. To live in reality is to see the what is of a situation without making interpretations that take us into our head and away from our experience. If it's cold and rainy, instead of saying it's a nasty day, you simply say it's cold and rainy. Having lived through 2 recent fire seasons brought home how much this is all relative, how we longed for a cold, rainy day. If a child is smiling at herself in the mirror, you don't say, oh, she loves looking at herself. You say, she's smiling at herself in the mirror. That's all you really know. The rest is an interpretation coming through your filter that takes you away from being completely in reality. This may sound like a small thing, but when we move away from reality into interpretations, judgments, and conclusions, we move away from our deepest experience of life. You can experiment with this and see what it feels like to you. It's subtle but powerful. To live in reality is also to allow ourselves to feel our emotions. If you have to wait 2 hours at a doctor's office, you're moving away from reality when you grit your teeth and say to yourself, I shouldn't be upset. I don't want to seem like an angry person. The truth is that you are frustrated and angry and wish the hell they'd use more sense in scheduling appointments. This doesn't mean you need to scream at the office staff, but you don't have to bottle up your feelings either. You can feel them, then consider what would be respectful yet honest to say. Living in reality helps you notice what you truly want and don't want. For example, let yourself know who you'd really like to invite over for dinner. No shoulds, no, that's not nice. Allow yourself to scan your list of friends and see who brings up a warm or happy feeling. To live in reality is to realize that all the censors, critics, and saboteurs in your mind are relics from the past. Sometimes you move into reality by simply noticing your behavior. Here's an example. Although Mac loved music, he entered engineering school because engineering was a much higher status, higher money-making profession. After his first semester of getting nearly all A's, his grades slowly dropped, largely because he was spending so much time in a jazz band and other musical groups. By his second year, the grades dropped further, and his advisor asked him to talk. He asked Mac, tell me about all the musical activities you're part of. After he heard the list, he said to Mac, what is this telling you? 40 years later, Mac is still waking up with joy to teach high school music. When we live in reality, we simply hear what people are saying without adding or subtracting or any interpretations or meaning. We take note of those nagging feelings that say, don't do it, or the bright feelings that say, why not? It could be a great adventure. If someone is harming us, we don't make up excuses or reasons. We see the harm. Conversely, we are also open to the incredible care, beauty, kindness, and love that is all around us. Being in reality helps us make wise decisions about jobs, relationships, and lifestyle changes, as well as the little decisions that pepper our lives. We feel an internal resonator instead of a critic and censor. Rather than being confused by thoughts such as, I don't deserve something so good, or what will my parents think, we ask, is this job realistic for me? Does it fit with my relationships, my goals, my desired lifestyle? It feels much simpler. Being in reality also opens the way to loving relationships. I'm here with you right now, not some image of what I want you to be, not some fearsome face from the past. I'm in a living, breathing, dynamic exchange with you that includes feelings, thoughts, and that undefinable experience beyond words. The center of our relationship is wanting to know who we are in this moment. Drawing on Krishnamurti's words, when we look at each other without the barriers and screens of our prejudice, we come into true communion with each other, heart, mind, and spirit. This helps create a calming shelter for one another, whether it be in a primary relationship with friends or in a spiritual community. Part of seeing clearly in the present involves seeing the past clearly too. Most families span the continuum from goodness to insensitivity to neglect to harm. For some, it is heavily weighted at one end or the other. The first step is to recognize the conclusions you still hold from the distant past. People are dangerous. I am helpless. People are kind. I am unlovable. I'm a loser. People won't like me if I have a strong opinion. It's not safe to love. The second step is to recognize those patterns of belief that feel so real but not to be controlled by them. The third step is to come into present time and ask yourself, what will help improve my life right now? How can I walk through these feelings of fear, uncertainty, or doubt and do something new, real, and true? Many people resist this exploration because it takes effort and a willingness to let go of long-held interpretations that feel normal. This journey is about pulling the rug out from under all concepts of how it is. I love the expression, it blows your mind. That's exactly what happens as we free ourselves. We let a fresh breeze sweep out the chambers of the mind so old thoughts disintegrate, leaving a spaciousness that allows something new to happen. We stop being glued to rigid, outdated beliefs. Letting go in this way can feel unsettling and leave us wondering who we are. Our internal experience feels unfamiliar when we're not quite so tightly held together. Also, our emotional experience can change dramatically with unfamiliar feelings arising and falling in new rhythms. If we can just hang out with our experience and let ourselves be astonished and then changed, we will start getting unstuck in every part of our being. The willingness to be unsure, uncomfortable, and unknowing opens the road to freedom. Many people fear strong feelings as if they were something ferocious, threatening, or too much to bear. When we were children, this may have been true, but when we label feelings as bad, dangerous, and overwhelming as adults, we experience them as inner chaos, and our well-conditioned nervous system wants to jump into action to get away from them. We blame others or make up excuses and stories and explanations. You made me feel this way. It must have been a lesson for my growth. It's providence. It's my karma. Everything happens for a reason. While these thoughts might be comforting, they take us out of the reality and away from our actual experience. We make human connections through a deeply felt presence, not through thoughts. People also keep on their rose-colored glasses because they are deeply afraid of seeing the truth. For example, many people believe that if their parents were cruel to them, it means that as a child they really were unlovable, worthless, or bad. They also believe that if they acknowledge the cruelty of their parents or others, it follows that they should hate them or have nothing to do with them. Then they often believe that if they see the current truth, my relationship is lousy, I hate this job, they have to do something about it immediately. Otherwise, they are imperfect. All three of these beliefs reflect fallacies that keep us stuck. If your parents were negligent or abusive, it means nothing about you. They were acting out of their past interpretations and filters. If you accept that your parents were harmful, unskillful, and insensitive, you can experience your rage and sorrow and grief about it without hating them. If you allow yourself to see the reality of a troubled relationship or job, you can move to action. Talk about it, get help, or decide to stay for a while and create a survival plan. Avoid the formulas for how you should react in a given situation. There's no one way. The answers lie within your body, from noticing your sensations to your energy level, to what rings right, clear, and true for you. To make room for something new to happen in your life is to see without filters. You can ignite the spark of fresh ideas and aliveness within your body when you step out of the shadows of the past. You take off a veil of tired old reactions and patterns and step into the reality of the moment. It might be to see unhappiness. It might be to see a new possibility or realize someone cares about you. It will definitely broaden your view and free you to experience awe and wonder at the incredible universe. Very good. I will gently move into a full body stretch. Draw those knees into the chest, give that back a little bit of love. I made it with 1 minute to spare. We'll take the knees to the side, come up to a soft seated position. Again, if you want to check that book out, If the Buddha Got Stuck. It's about moving forward, getting over those hurdles, gently coming up into a soft seated position if we are not already there. I just want to thank you guys for joining us today. Let's finish with a deep breath up. Drawing the hands to the heart. We'll see you back here on Wednesday morning. Have a great day. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Peace.